Hey guys, welcome back in. Gonna jump into some more Permadeath. Now, I did get on a little bit last night. I did find an airless planet I want to use. Um, Set up a oxygen base, a mix-in base, and got on this morning for about an hour. Unlocked some more drop pods, and I sold off those ships I had too. So I just got a bunch of. Oh, I just did a bunch of missions too. Got those out of the way. Um, Actually, let's get some stuff to sell off. Yeah, I had to warp around to a few different systems to find an airless planet. And what I did with that was because you know how you get that scripted freighter battle? So all I did was I left here, warped to a system, kind of looked around to see if there were any airless planets, and just did a reload. So I had to do that like 4 times, 5 times before I found a system with an airless planet. So that's all I did with that. I got a bunch of just junk. Oh, I got this to burn off too. Rather enough fuel. Nope. Yeah, because I did manage to unlock some more drop pods too. So I was running around getting those missions done and killing off sentinels and creatures. Just get rid of all that extra meat and stuff I don't need. It's in here somewhere. Almost 200 of those. Oh yeah, I want to go to the anomaly too. I want to pick up a couple building parts over there. And see what oh, is that the ship I'm looking for? Sea glass. Okay. And I'm holding on to this rusted metal because I think I might use some of the alloy building parts. So, all right, let's see what I get out of these. Okay, so I got a few mods to sell off out of that. Actually, I think I need these wirings for something too. I have a couple upgrades that I want to do also. So these off. Yeah, there's something in there. I know I need that wiring for something. Let's get my ship. Resonator. Yep, okay. Let me bring in my radiant pillar, because I think there's... Yep, there's some right here. Alright, I'm gonna need 2 of these. I knew I had... I can never remember... Because I get those two confused, the wiring and this other one. They almost look kind of the same to me, the resonators. I always get those two mixed up. Switch ships. Okay, let's get this guy installed. That should make a pretty good difference on this. What, 362? Oh. I know that definitely does make a difference. It's probably because I have this rocket launcher installed. Oh, this number normally jumps right up. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think this thing is reading the stuff right. I should be able to do a good amount of damage with this thing now. Get that installed. There's another one here. Oh, I want to get the complex scanner at some point too. Might as well just get that installed too. I have more than a stack of wiring looms now, so I'm trying to kind of use up some of those. Yeah, it only adds like 50 to your hyperdrive. So not a big jump. This side. Actually, I have cadmium. Yep, there we go. Let's get a couple of those different hyperdrives in here. Should be able to install that. Drive. It doesn't like really add much, but it's a little bit of something. I need to move it up here. Yep, there we go. Yeah, good enough. See if there's anything else. Yeah, I want to get this other stuff put in at some point too. Oh, the aqua jets. Yeah, I gotta get stuff for that. Okay. What else did I get out of that? I got a bunch of these things. Bronze. Actually that lemming, let's see. Pretty sure that lemming gives me gold. I'm gonna need some gold. Bronze will give me silver, so I don't need that. Oh, and I did end up, those A-class ships that I bought last night, I did end up getting, I think, 2 or 3 storage augmentations out of them. I just stuck them in my pillar for now so I don't lose them. So we got that, get rid of those. That. Oh, and we should see if there's more dihydrogen jelly in here. There isn't. I think I am gonna grab this magnetized ferrite though. Actually, let me take a look in here. My building parts, buildable technology, medium refiner. Okay, yeah, see, I need a good amount of magnetized ferrite because I'm probably gonna have at least a half a dozen medium refiners at this base. So I do want to grab that magnetized ferrite. That'll just save me from having to refine a bunch of things. Oh, I want to buy it, not sell it. I'm just gonna buy all of that. I should be good on pure ferrite. And I don't think I have buildable tech. Large refiner is going to be okay. I don't plan on building any large refiners, but I might add a couple later. So, because you don't really use it for much. There's only a couple recipes you actually need it for. Okay. Stick that in there for a second. Why do I still have this quantum? I need a quantum computer for something. I can't remember what the heck it is. Open device? Oh, I might go install that. I know I need that quantum computer for something. I keep telling myself I don't want to get rid of that. Must be something in my exosuit. I have no idea why I'm holding on to it though, now. So I was thinking I needed it for something else. Solar mirror for that. I have no idea why I'm holding on to that. I'm gonna just stick it in my other ship for now, though. I know I'm gonna need it for something. Let's move this gold down. Oh, I have these nanites. Let's get some of this going because I know I'm gonna need it. Okay. Move my Atlas pass down here. Well, I'd like to move it down here just so I can keep track of how much stuff I unlock. Oh, and I did start unlocking another row down here also. I just got it. That's where I ended up finishing. So. Alright, wrong ship. Alright, and is there anything I need here? Let's check with this guy real quick. See if there's anything I can donate. Or actually, I might have some freebies here. Yeah, okay. We'll grab those, grab that. I ain't got nothing to donate. Let's see what's in that. Precious goods. I got a Hado core. Hold on to that. Alright, so I'm gonna go over to the anomaly. I think I have enough. I have like 30, 46. So yeah, run over there. Because I'm gonna kind of jump the gun a little bit. I'm gonna buy the. I want to get the landing pad just so I have it for the base. I want to get that, and I think I'm gonna get the biodome too. I'm not sure if I already have that unlocked or not, but I think I have to unlock a couple pieces before I get to the biodome. So I might be spending some of that on stuff I don't actually need right away. Oh, and I should check the fuel in this refiner also. Yeah, it's about to run out. Just do that, rip that out. Okay. Alright, and head up there. Let's see. Actually, I do want to stop and see him. Actually, do I have to see Nada for anything? Okay, so I don't need anything there. Oh, I never turned in those missions either. I knew I was going to forget to do that. I should do that just to see if I've got more to pick up. Um, I do want to grab a few things off him though. I'm just gonna go to base building parts. I'll pick up all this stuff later on. That way you guys don't have to listen to the stupid little robot voice thing telling me that it's unlocked. What am I looking for? Pretty much all these building parts are only looking for like one thing. There we go, candelabra room. Oh, I don't even think I can build that. Yeah, I need cryophosphate for that. Let's grab the heater. A few things that I know I'm probably gonna want. Yeah, I gotta mess around with all these new building parts too. I haven't used them yet. Let's see what type of weird things I can come up with. Okay, I think that'll be enough for now. Yeah, there might be a water planet in the new system I'm going to. I didn't notice it. There probably is, though. I always check with these guys to see if I get any free nanites. See, after a while, I just check with them like every 20 or so hours. But now that, you know, I'm kind of early in the game, so I just want to try to get as many nanites as I can. Alright. First up is going to be the landing pad. Alright. That's like the most important part. Now, biodome. Okay, so I have to unlock that, which I'll never use. Biodome. Okay. Short range teleporter. Okay, so I have to unlock that. So using the 10, I think I will grab a storage container. If I can find it. Get 0, because you're gonna end up unlocking them all later. But right now I just want to get that one done. Alright, that leaves me with 5. See if there's anything here worth getting. I'm looking for anything that has like light in it, or you know, some type of decoration that has light or movement, something like that. Alright, this light's good, so I might as well just unlock a couple things in here. I'll grab the little planter. Alright. I'll worry about those missions later. I want to go build something. So let's head over there. Like, I put down a base computer because I don't know if... I think it did show up Yep, it did show up in my teleport. See, I didn't want to risk this not showing up. I'm gonna warp over there right now, though. This is a tier 3 system. I chose this on purpose. Mainly because I know I'm gonna be doing a lot of like mixing and stuff at this base. So I wanted to be in tier 3, that way when I teleport in, I can buy as much metal plating as possible. In Permadeath, because your stack sizes are so small, that like an entire stack of ferrite dust will only get you 10 metal plating. So I want to be able to just run up here and buy as much metal plating as possible. It's really not going to matter all that much on the planet I'm on, because I can actually just mine like that entire planet if I wanted to. Because it's an airless planet, I mean, you can just stack up, you know, stacks of ferrite dust. But that actually gets really old and annoying after a while. I want to hand in these missions. Okay, so I did a few things. Oh, another storage augmentation. Oh, and I got Nip Nip out of that too, so I can actually get some of that going. Nothing to pick up the missions. That's okay though. Let's go and use up this thing. I'm trying to finish up that tech. Do that one first. And check with this guy. Oh, I think I noticed something else. The landing gear. I think. Oh, for some reason I thought I needed salt for that. Okay. Crystal sulfide, I've got that in my other ship though. I thought I needed salt for one of these. It may have been something that I had to craft. That's probably where I'm getting confused with something. I needed salt to craft something and I couldn't remember what it was. I think. Not the hypercore. Circuit board? No. I don't know. I have no idea. I thought I needed salt or something. Anything to donate? You know what? Yeah, we'll donate that. Okay, oh, that actually unlocked a Warp Hypercore for me, so that I'll definitely take. We'll, stash it over here, I guess. Good, at least I'll have some access to that now. And what I'm gonna do is, actually, where did that put that? Okay. Let me bring this in. That way I can put my Nip-Nip buds in here. That way I don't get scanned for them. And another storage augmentation. Alright, I've got a little pastry thing to sell off. I always end up leaving these things forgetting to do something, and I'm trying to get better at that. So let's just buy 8 of those. Grab some more of these too. See, I wish they told you how many charts you still have, or how many. Okay, so I've got 2. Yeah, I always try to keep at least a couple on me. 18 million. This is done. Let me bring in the right ship. Right. Get down to that base. Airless temp. I'm just gonna look down there. Oh, I should have checked to see how much metal plating I could buy there. I have enough anyway, but this is going to be our planet. I did manage to find a couple of ships here already, which is actually one of the reasons I chose to build here. So I'm actually just going to delete this base. I knew if I didn't put down a base here, the portal wouldn't have remembered this system, and I'd have to come back and try to find it again. So, alright. On. There we go. I hate those things that pop up. I wish I could just turn them off. This planet, I was hoping to find one with cobalt on it. Unfortunately, there's really not much here. I did find a sodium hotspot, and I found an A-class oxygen hotspot. As you can see, I've been scanning around for ships and stuff too. What was that? The save beacon. Huh. So I'm just gonna go up here. I'm pretty sure this base is a couple spots. I've got 2 different hotspots I was looking at. They both had oxygen too, but they are both kind of close together, so I'll head over to this one first. Yeah, there's the other one. There's going to be one with a blue marker. That one I don't want to use. Okay, this is the one I want to use, so I'm going to head over towards that one. I just don't want to get these two confused. Okay, this one was only like a C class, but what I try to do with these bases is I try to build close to where there's a crashed ship. See, there's an A-class crash ship right there, which actually will see if that respawned or not. If they do respawn after a while, so coming kind of slow. Alright, so that's not going to respawn yet. So I am going to leave the marker there just so I have access to it. And eventually, like, it seems to be like weekly or something. They do show back up. So I'm just going to leave that marker there. That way I'll always have access to an A-class shuttle. Which, the last time I scrapped them, they did give me back a storage augmentation. Okay, so that location's cleared out. Let's go to my build location now. Yeah, because eventually, yeah, when I see one spawn at my base, I'll come over and check this one also. Okay, so I did find a sodium deposit too. I don't know if I'm gonna bother using it. It's I might just to have the resource. So we're gonna park like somewhere over here, I guess. I'm probably gonna have to move my ship anyway, so. Okay. Now there is a crash ship site here somewhere. I think it's over here somewhere. I probably should have put down a marker for it. Okay, here it is. So yeah, I want to be able to come in, do all my mixing and stuff, then just teleport down to the crash ship. So that's why I picked up that short range teleporter also. Alright, so okay, our beacons are close. That one. I can get something over there. There is rusted metal here. Just take a run over here and see if that might be it. I knew there was another hot spot here, but I never checked it. I forgot about it after I put down the beacon for sodium. If there is rusted metal, I might toss down a refiner for that too. Okay, so I might as well make use of it. That's another thing where I'm only going to have one refiner for it. Just about everything is going to be one refiner with Permadeath anyway. Because you can't really stockpile stuff all that well. I'm still trying to... I'm trying to build around where that ship would be. I keep losing my my ship spot. There we go. Alright, so it's 340, 152. Okay, so I'm just trying to make it so I don't have to stretch my boundaries out too much. But I'm also trying to find a spot that's kind of flat too. Alright, so what do we have? 279. 290. 350. I mean, I can stretch a little bit. And I'm not worried about electricity because I'm only going to have, what, probably two... I think I might do like three or four oxygen runs. I'm going to do them separate though. There's not going to be a lot of oxygen, but see, I don't want to just do one big run of oxygen, you know, because a lot of times I'm just going to swing in and grab a stack, so which will actually be, you know, 1250 oxygen, just so I don't end up wasting a bunch of it. So yeah, I'm not too worried about electricity. I'll just use, now, I don't know. Let's see if I can find it, actually. Okay, we got power over this way somewhere. This is why airless planets are so nice. You can just get around nice and easy. So I'm only gonna need like maybe three generators anyway. I should get around 150 a piece. Alright, let's just toss down one of these. Get everything marked. Alright. Because I can pretty easily run this over. 360. Okay. Okay, and that's my other spot. Okay, there's the, okay. So I will have to expand out a little bit, but it's not going to be too bad. I should just put down a marker for... Actually, I think I will. I'm just going to bring my ship in. I keep losing track of where this stuff is. So let's just move my ship over here. Gotta wait for it to charge 1%. There we go. Yeah, an auto charger's paying off already. Yeah, at least it should be out of the way here too. I'm just gonna jump in, refill my life support. Get that filled up. Trying to use up these life support gels. Also get this thing emptied out and put in some more. Okay. Alright, so there are a few things I do want to bring with me, just so I don't have to keep running back and forth to my ship. I'm going to bring over this. Bring this with me. And those. That, and just bring half of that gold too. I don't think I'm going to need all this gold anyway. I'm not going to use solar panels now. Let's bring over some of that too, just in case. Try to keep that thing fueled up. Alright. So, what I'm trying to do is build in between all these hot spots. That blue one keeps screwing me up. I keep thinking there's cobalt here, and I know there isn't. Alright, so we have our electric over there. I know I have sodium somewhere. Sodium's over there. Actually, what do I have for resources here? Okay, so we have sodium. I'm hoping to find one of these with carbon. Alright, we got carbon. So we have a really good planet then. I can get extra sodium and carbon just by breaking rocks, which is going to be really useful with my ship. Plus, of course, I'll have like dihydrogen and stuff as well that I can get. Alright, actually, before, oh, I need to put down a base computer. Let's see what our measurements look like, because I want to try to keep as many of these under 300 as I can. See, I don't mind stretching a little bit, I just don't want to stretch too much. So it looks like all of these are going to need to go. Powers I'm not too worried about though. Okay. Oxygen, I'm going to be doing 4 different runs, so I actually want that to be kind of my closest one anyway. So I think, toss down a base computer. I'm just going to, toss it, I'm going to end up moving it later anyway, so. Toss that down. And base. And what I do like to do before I get too carried away is I'm going to put down a trade terminal if I can make it. Good. See what's offered to me. If I have to come back and get metal plating, I can grab 130. What I am going to do, I'm just going to grab 20 out for now. because these will replenish over time. Chromatic metal I don't need right now. Okay, so there's not a lot to get out of it, but typically you'll always have metal plating in here that you can come back and get. I was kind of hoping magnetized ferrite would be in here too, but that's alright. Alright, so I'm just gonna... I think I'm gonna get my power figured out first. I'm also gonna have to stretch that, so... I'll head out there. So I'm gonna... Alright, I was gonna say I'm gonna lose building permissions any second. There we go. So typically I go with carbon because, wow, I cannot build much. Oh, it's because let me bring in my nutrient processor. So this is where this comes in handy. So I'm just going to move all this carbon in for now. Then I can always make more carbon later out of all that condensed carbon. Back up. There, that's a little bit better. Alright, so go right there. And what I tend to do is I go 3 high just to mark where my boundary was. I'll actually delete that middle one. That way it's one less piece I have to build. I just kind of build out towards it. And I always stagger these like this just to make my building bubble a little bit bigger. Especially if you have, you know, weird elevations like on this planet. That way I don't end up losing my ability to build. I remembered I also want to build a biodome here, so that's going to take another 50 power. So I need to get, you know, I want to try to get like, we got 200, 300, you know, like around 500k for a power total. Because what I might do eventually, when I get enough nip-nip, I might just throw a big nip-nip farm here. I'll just have it separate from the building, but I might just set it up like over here somewhere and use a teleporter to get to it. Then I can add more power stations if I need them. Well, I will need them because I'll want at least 8 biodomes of it, so... Because that's just quick, some quick money. In Permadeath, you do want to have money, especially if you have to pay to upgrade multi-tools and ships slots. You want to make sure you have a good resource for money. Let me just stick one here too, just for the heck of it. All right. So I want to try to get the best value possible here. This is actually a really big bubble for this. Actually a little surprised. Alright, so I want to try to get at least 48% out of this. 50 would be great, but I'm not going to drive myself nuts trying to get it. It's such a small window. So right now it's 48, 49. You know, anywhere around here should be good. So all I'm going to do is put a wire down. That down. Alright, and... Okay, I can build 10 of these. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to glitch one on that wire. check my value. It should be 49% strength, which will be fine. So I'm gonna plan ahead a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and just build 4 of these. So I'm just gonna take that off. Take off these other things. Move this out of the way. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my wire down. So glitch one on each of those. Do another wire and bring it up here. Another, put it right there. And just delete all this. So effectively all I did was I just dropped down that wire so it is flush with the ground. And go ahead and glitch in 4 of these. I just want to make sure I'm on this side, not back side. Just glitch in 4 of those. Actually, I could have dropped that down a little bit lower, but nobody's ever going to see it, so. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to temporarily put down a battery. Actually, I might just leave this battery here. Just so I can monitor, because I probably will add in more biodomes. If I look at this, it's going to tell me I have 588 KP available. So as I start tying things in, my use number will go up. You know, if I put in, you know, my 6 extractors like I planned, you know, that'll go up to 300 KP used. So that's how I can just keep track of that. So do a quick save. And I figure out if I can do this or not. I might be able to tie right into this this oxygen. Yeah, I still have building permissions. I might be able to run directly to my extractors. Because I made that bubble a little bit bigger. I might run into an issue if I get out here. See how far away my base is. 295. If I get to about right here. Okay, I do lose my build permissions there. See, this is where it can... Okay, now I have them. See, I'm not going to chance it. I'm going to end up... I'll tie in all my power back at my base. Because there's nothing worse than getting stuff built and then you don't get power to it for some reason. It's typically because you're outside of the building bubble. And I'm not going to worry too much about my my oxygen. Mainly because it's an A-class hotspot. So, I mean, I could get like 30% and it would still be awesome. You know, it would still get a really good fill-up rate on it. I'm only filling up 1 silo anyway, so... But I am going to stagger these somewhat. Stack these, rather. So, I do have to do some setup for it. Alright, right around here. I'll do the same thing. I'll do like a little staging thing. I'm not sure what direction I want these to point. Let's see. End up on top of this for a second. Alright, so yeah, that'll work. I'm undecided whether I want to just put these things sideways or have them stand straight up. Let's find our center point first, though. I don't have to be picky on this, just... get a center point started. Because, again, it's something that nobody's ever going to see anyway. It's just... I like to try to make sure stuff looks a little bit nice. Alright, and let's see here. Extractors. Alright, I can build 4. Okay, I'm gonna have to get more chromatic metal. Let's just see what that value is. Okay, 79%, so it's pretty much dead on. I'm gonna have my extractor standing straight up, I think. I haven't done this in a while, though. So I want to make sure I do this correctly. It'll be right there. Actually, why did I just delete that? I have one there. Delete every other. Trying to remember how I used to do this. That one's going to be gone, that one's going to be gone. I hate it when I can't remember how I did something. So I'm gonna want one there. Alright, so I can take that one out. Okay. I think that's how I used to do it. Alright. So what actually is holding me up here, though? I'm gonna end up building 4 of these. Let me just see. I think it's probably chromatic metal that's holding me up. Okay. I just wanted to check that. So we're gonna go get rid of those. I wish this game would stop telling me to build that stupid station. Go back over here. Because you don't want your, when you're doing isolated extractors, you don't want your extractors to be inside each other at all. You want to leave a little bit of a gap between them. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my cache. Come over here, do my glitch. Well, I'm supposed to do my glitch. And these have like a weird... Okay. Yeah, sometimes they glitch in kind of weird. The timing on it's a little bit different than a lot of others. Once you get the timing down, it's not bad. Yeah, see, all of these are going to be pulling at, what's it, 79% now, because they're all directly above each other. But they're not going to interfere with each other now, unless you start crossing over your pipes. So all I'm going to do is just, I don't have to worry about the power, just run your power like you normally would. But when you run your pipes, you want to make sure they're separated from each other. They don't cross over. If they do, then you've got a problem. So those are done. Trying to think of where I want to put my power. You know, once I build, yeah, when I get the um, when I get the refiners in place. Oh, I need to get more chromatic. Yeah, more chromatic metal. I can pull that from my ship. Nope. Oh, I thought I had more chromatic metal. Well, at least there's some in here. I like how I just bought one. Right. I need to build 2 more extractors. Let me see if I have enough. Okay, I can still build 2. Good. Alright, we'll go grab our rusted metal real quick. Okay, this is one that I don't really think I'll ever use, but could be useful at some point. And just have to stretch that one a little bit. I'll just do this. Put one here. I always end up doing a row behind where my beacon is too, so it just increases the area a little bit more. Alright, and what do we get for value here? Oh, this is also another A class. You know, I'm not even going to mess around with this one. I'm just tossing the refiner on the ground and calling it good. $74%. See if we can get at least 75. 77, that will work. Alright, and go get our sodium. This one I think I have to stretch a little bit for. This is why I like these airless planets. You can just get around so much faster. What do we have? 130. Should be able to get most of the way there. Have to stretch a little, maybe. Yep. Not very much. I think the sodium's only like a C class. Which, no big deal. It's not like you can pick up, you know, 10,000 sodium at once anyway. So, oh, it's a B class. Alright, so I'm just going to try to get as close to 60 as I can. Alright, just toss down extractor. And what do we have? 58%, sounds good to me. Go ahead and give it a color. Alright. I'll make my way back and start actually throwing together a base. here real quick. See, right. See, I already have 120 or 102 chromatic metal in there. Still waiting for this to start adding up too. Jump in here for a moment. I'll grab myself a drink and I will be right. Alright, go lay out our base now. What I want to do is I want to make sure I'm not digging into the ground at all when I do this. Just try to see here. Alright, so we're going to have oxygen. That's on that side, that on that side. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just kind of eyeball this a little bit. We'll just use the short walls. I try not to dig in as much as possible. Let's see how far I can get before I hit ground. Okay, so it should be good there. That's where I'm going to start hitting ground, so hold back. I'm going to hit pretty close to hitting ground there. Alright, let's rip all these out. So I want my base to be probably like a 4x7. Let's see here. So I should be good. I'm going to end up pulling this back a little also, so I'm going to rip all these out. And I will pull this back. That way I didn't need to put that other one in there. Alright. I'd like to make it look like there's some type of a foundation here. I'm actually going to build out a little bit. And I'd like to use these frames to make a little foundation area. If I can glitch them in right. So it's not as nice as I like it. It'll work though. Nobody's going to notice the bottom. Alright, so this is going to be my starting point. I shouldn't run into any issues here. I might with building though. Okay, so at least I got enough ferrite dust to do this. So, 2, 3. Okay. It's going to be our basic floor plan. I'm considering pulling the whole thing back though. I think I am. I'm pulling this whole thing back. One. Let's move this. This is what takes me so long. I change my mind. You know, I'm going back another one. That way I can get this buried into the ground a little bit better. Because I'm going to end up shifting this out anyway. Let's try this location. Yeah, I'd rather take a little more time getting things the way I want them than to have to start over, you know? I want to get rid of those. Make sure these are all pointing the right way. Alright. And because this thing is no longer in the center, I want to actually get the center. So I'm going to need to use a short floor. And then put down another one of these. So that support's actually in the middle. Let's come down. One. There we go. Oh, actually, before I block that whole thing in, get these out of the way. Whoops. Flip that one around. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have my power right here in the middle. So I'm going to start running my power over. Put down a save button here. What I'm looking for, I don't have here. So I'm going to dig a hole. Far down as I can. What I'm gonna do is try to get a wire right on the middle of that block. Run it all the way down. Make a connection, reconnect. Now I'm gonna start heading right towards my generators. And I know that I had to stretch that a little bit, so whenever I see a hole like this, I like to just put my wire in it, just so I'm trying to keep my wire from being up on the surface. Now I'm gonna end up using a wire hider anyway, but if anybody does visit this and they go into camera mode, you'll be able to see the wires. So I always try to hide them. You know, unless I'm just running through and doing a quick, you know, like mineral base or something, then I don't really care. Alright, connection's too long, which does kind of suck. I wish they would give us more leeway with this. I'm actually just going to back up a little bit until I, you know, because there's a hill right here, so I can kind of hide it a little bit. And when I get to a low point down here, I can put down another connection point. That way it doesn't stick out quite as much. I mean, you see a little bit of it, but not very much. I should be able to stretch all the way there without any issue. Yeah, it will stick up a little bit there, but put down another one. Tie right in. Alright, so that's done. Now I'll run over and I'll get my other ones tied in. At least I got a little bit of copper around here, so I can make up some more chromatic metal if I need it. Alright. Just run this over. Try to do the same type of deal, you know. Try to hide it a little bit. And the good thing about these airless planets, you can just kind of fly all the way back to your base. I don't know if I'm gonna make it there before I have to. Wow, I'm actually a little surprised. I thought for sure I wasn't gonna have enough room. Alright, connection's too long. Bastards. There we go. Alright. Well, that's all juiced up. I wonder, I should be able to... Actually, I have a connection down here. I think I'll be able to reach my rusted metal from here. Hopefully. As long as I'm on this side of the wall, I should be able to. But I am going to do a connection point here. Tie in right there. That one's good. See, this is what I'm trying to avoid. Being up in the air like that. So I am actually gonna delete that. Run back to where that thing was. Hide it down here. Good enough. Alright, and sodium. Sodium I'm just going to pull from the extractor back to the base. And that way I get all my power pulled in, I can start filling those extractors up. Try to get as far as I can, but stay low. I still have 160 units. Right there should work. try to drop it all the way down here. There we go. Once I got all my power pulled, get a couple more floors put in here. Alright, now I know I want to have my oxygen on this side, and I do my extractors a little bit differently. I like to sink them down, so what I'm going to do is put my floors down like this. Oops. Alright. Actually, I might as well just put it like that. That way I don't have to try to get in there after the fact. Alright. So I'm going to have 4 different oxygen silos. Let me just see how many of these I can actually build. Oh, exactly what I need. I need 6 silos total, so I'm going to have those 4. And I'm going to sink down this one too. Sink that one down, sink this one down. Yeah, I like to be somewhat symmetrical on this stuff too. Just a weird thing. Alright, so I'm gonna need those. Get our silos in order. Okay. So all I'm gonna do is glitch these in, just using the adjacency glitch, and missing the adjacency glitch, I should say. My timing's just so far off. There we go. One more. Alright, so those are all in place. I'll go through, change the colors. They're probably gonna change back too, because the game for some reason doesn't like to save color changes. Kind of like the silos. I have no idea why these have texture problems now. Those have been broken for a while, so maybe, 2028, maybe we can get that fixed. I wouldn't bet on it though. So we'll get our floors put in. See, I do this mainly because I hate how the legs look on these, so I always end up sinking them down into the floor. Alright, so we'll get rid of these. Actually, I might use these to my advantage right now. Let's, I think I will. Just to make this look a little bit cleaner. See. Oh, I'm gonna need stuff for pipe. Okay, I got enough for pipe. Good. So, alright, So I have pipe selected. Cache that. Make a pipe. Pull it straight up into here. I want to be on the outside one. There we go. No, I want to go back to pipe. What did that give me? Pipe, put it in my cache. Copy that. Why is that giving me pipe? What the heck, I just did it perfectly fine. Just try copying it, maybe. There we go. I went to the wrong one. I want to do that outside pipe, not the inside. I'm just going to copy it each time. There we go. That one. You shouldn't have to copy each time. I think I do it mainly out of habit more than anything. Alright, and up to that one. And, you know, I might as well do the same thing on this side. Actually, no. I don't want to chance these things. Crossing, they shouldn't. They should be all set. Okay, this side I don't even really need it. I don't have to go down as low. Cache that. And why did it give me wire? Oh, this game, I swear. Alright. Okay, pipe is in the cache. Copy. Glitch. Wire. You know what? I'm just throwing the fucking thing on the ground. It shouldn't make, like... Why does that keep changing for me? Alright, that should... No, that's not saved. And you can't cycle part anymore. Alright, so I'm gonna put that in my cache. No, I didn't do it that time. Okay, that's definitely in the cache this time. And I missed the glitch. Alright. 27 times the charm. Good job, Hello Games. Let's get this pulled over to sodium. Way over here. Yeah, you can only go 200 units with this stuff, so you want to try to make sure you're leaving yourself enough room. So you want to avoid, you know, making too many pipes. That should hopefully get me close. Alright, that's one done. The oxygen is going to be a little more difficult, so because I need to make sure none of these pipes cross over each other. There's a couple little things you can do for that. Get this run out. This one's a little bit further away, so I am going to have to do a couple little termination points. I'm going to avoid that hole this time, because I can actually get down lower, down here. Alright, so I'm just going to do a termination there. I try not to make extra pipe if I can help it. That one's done. See, it's sticking up down there, so it's not really out of line. And I always try to keep my pipe and my wire right next to each other, too. Just makes, if you run into any issues later on, it just makes it easier to kind of backtrack a little bit. Okay. Switch that off. So what I'm actually going to do, grab a wall. Actually, how far away is this? It's like 300 units, right? Okay, so not too bad. When I get to about 100 units away, I don't want to do that. Because you don't want these pipes to be crossing over each other at all. So when I get to right around here, I'm going to put down a couple walls. I just kind of try to eyeball it so it's kind of in the center. Of course, that wire is going to be kind of in the way too. Alright, do something like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a pipe on each one of these walls up at the top, and that should hopefully keep them separate during these runs. So all I'm going to do is come over here. Oh, and actually, let me recharge this thing too. It's going to keep yelling at me. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my pipe. And just tie right into that bottom one. Actually, let me move this out of the way so I don't accidentally delete a pipe later on. So all I'm going to do, connect my pipe, go right over to the one of those walls, and I'm going to go right up to the edge of it, go into free placement, place my pipe, and go back out of free placement. Go up to the next extractor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the complete opposite wall on the outside. Not that it matters, you can go to either of these sides, you just want to make sure you keep them isolated. So just keep repeating that process. Alright, and third refiner. Just keep making my way back and forth each time. And if you can get the pipe to lay nice and flat like this, it's even better. But sometimes it's hard to get it to do that. You just want to make sure you go back into stack placement when you go over here, or else you won't be able to connect your connector. That's one thing people, they say, you know, I can't connect my silo after doing this. You have to, or I can't connect to my extractor after doing that. You have to remember to toggle your free placement. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just get out in the middle here. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull pipe to, you know, between the silos to the corresponding, you know, location that they're on the wall. This will go to this one. I just want to connect to the bottom. And I'm just going to pull right to the next one. It's okay if they overlap when you pull them out like this, but you want to make sure they don't cross over each other down here. And I'm going to move my character because I think I'm going to be in the way. So, next pipe. Oops. Will be the third one. Yeah, you want to try to stay at least a wall distance apart. I think you only have to be like 3 units apart, but I don't like to make them too close together. Right, now if I check all these, they're all going to stay empty right now, but they all have power to them. And check this one. Alright, so that one's looking good. This is the one that scares me though, because this might... Okay, oxygen is good. Alright, just check all 4 of them, make sure. Alright. Like if this didn't work, you would have a weird number where it says storage empty right now. It would say like 254,000, you know, 212. That'd be a weird number there. That means there's something up with your pipe. Your pipes are crossed over somewhere. See, I was worried about this one because it's so close to this that I was worried. If I were to, and if I didn't connect my pipes this way, like if I had connected my pipe here and the other one right here, as opposed to those opposite corners, those probably would have been too close together and both of those silos would be reading weird numbers. And also, they both might say they have oxygen or rusted metal in them, something like that. So, yeah, that's how you know that there's something wrong with your silos. All right, so carefully remove these. Don't know if I have any over here. Nope. Okay, so at least I got everything pulled in now. So my oxygen every 2 hours, I'll have 5,000 oxygen, which is way more than I could possibly need. So, all right. I don't really need a roof here. However, I do have sentinels here. And what is my conflict? Okay, so I do have some conflict. So I think I will probably end up putting in a roof. I just want to figure out where I'm going to put all my other stuff first, though. So I'll have a teleporter back here. So what do I want to do with that? Go right in the center, I guess. I should have... I don't know if I want to do 3 extractors on each side, or if I just want to do... I might just do 4 extractors and put my teleporter on one of the sides. Choices. Let's jump down here, see if I can grab some more chromatic metal. Okay, so we'll buy up all of that. And what do I have for metal plating? Okay, so I'm out of metal plating now. I'm actually just gonna come in here, buy up all of that, and I already have a little bit of chromatic metal in there, so I'm just gonna grab let's just grab like 40 for right now. And I need unstable plasma for something too. The thing is, I can't remember what the heck it is. Remember that. I don't think there's anything here I need it for. I could have swore it was something here. Must be for a crafted item. Yeah, I keep thinking I need this stuff for stuff, and I think it's crafted items I need it for. I don't know. Alright, now I am gonna have to worry about my NPCs. Oh, another good thing about sinking your silos down like that is, if I go to the right menu here, you don't have to really worry. You know, typically your silos will poke through your roof a little bit. Now I have plenty of room if I just want to use a floor there. It's not going to poke through the top. So that's one good thing about sinking your silos a little bit. Rip that out though. Right, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do my walls, because I want to have my NPCs here as well. So I think I'm gonna do a solid wall in the back. I'll have my my NPCs on their own little level. They're gonna have to go out two floors. Yeah, what? I think 5 NPCs, so that should give them enough room. They're gonna need their own wall. Trying to think how I'm gonna do this. See, I haven't built in a while, so I'm trying to remember how I typically do things. I actually don't need all that extra room. Trying to think of a way to do this with saving pieces too. That way I can make this all one level too, or, you know, without having to go with a lot of extra stuff. Because I don't have to worry about weather effects or anything, so I can just do one roof. I don't have to worry about having separate floors or anything to avoid weather hazards. I also kind of want to use arches. That way I have more than enough lighting. I don't think I'm going to have an issue with pirates or anything here, so I might not even bother with a roof. I am going to run into an issue where I have a sentinel battle here, though. So I do want to kind of prepare for that. Okay. I'm going to need more ferrite dust, though, definitely. Get that going. How much space do I have in my ship? Go get some ferrite dust. I'm just gonna fly out here a little bit. Make sure I have my tool on hand. Start mining up a bunch of ferrite dust. Of course, I'm gonna get a bunch of other stuff too, but try not to overheat or anything. But yeah, I have pretty much an endless supply of ferrite dust now. Typically I would put down some carbon planters too, but because I have rocks here that give me carbon, I don't even have to bother with carbon planters. Alright. Did that for what, like a minute? And I've already got 3.5 stacks of ferrite dust. So that should be enough for now. Let's head on back. Yeah, I'll never have to worry about ferrite dust again. Literally just come here and fly around for a minute or two. Got plenty. Some extra carbon too. Alright. I actually don't need these here anymore. I actually really don't. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that hole that I dug for power for now. Alright. So if I do my teleporter there, I'm trying to keep things somewhat symmetrical. I don't know what I'm gonna put here. I might. Alright, so I'm just gonna put something here just to mark it so I don't use this spot for anything. So I'm just gonna use a cube. You know, just put a couple there. Because I think what I'm gonna do is I'll put my antimatter reactor there and my teleporter here. I'm not gonna bother shrinking it down or anything, because the walls are gonna be tall enough, so we'll get that somewhat straight. It doesn't have to be like perfect or anything. Try to make it look good. And I always use a proximity switch with those. I'll just stick this down here. Something kind of like that. Just gonna try to pull my power from there. I'm just gonna pull power from down here. The outside. Put this one on the inside. Make sure I'm actually connected to it. See, I don't know what's going on with these power connectors, but I don't like how it shows that my connection point's way back here where it should be up here. But it's another feature, I guess. Alright. Yeah, that way if I want to see my NPCs, I just jump up here and they're right here. Okay. So I think I'm gonna do... I'm not sure what I want to do for silos. Or, refiners, rather. My door... I'd like to use this door... the middle one. So the door's gonna go there. I am gonna do something different though. I'd like to have two doors there. So I'm gonna do a little glitch here. Move that over there for now. Go do that. Do that. Get rid of that. Alright, now I want to see which way that door glitches in. So the window is on the left. Well, what I want to do is actually pick that up and turn it around. I'll come back later to take care of that. Let's move this out of the way. I think I'm just going to put in a regular landing pad. Can't remember what menu it's in. Alright, let's get that put in place. I'd like to have my monitor in this corner here. Mainly so that, because when you exit your ship, you exit on the right-hand side. So I want to have, you know, I put it in this orientation so that that's the way I exit, you know. That way I don't have to run around or anything. I just get out of my ship and I can go straight into my base. Alright, so that's done. And I think I'm just going to go with solid walls. I thought about going with arches. I think I will go with arches on the top. Just so it lets in a little more light. Because I am going to put a roof on. So we're going to just go arches. You can actually dress it up a little. I think I'm going to run into a problem here, though. Yeah, you can't do it on all of them. Alright. I'm not going to bother dressing it up, because it's not worth the extra time. So we're just going to go solid walls all the way around. I was thinking about doing a biodome here as well, but I think I'm just going to hold off. I think that I'll do their own separate little area, because I probably want to do like 8 or 12, maybe even 16 of them. You know, just for just a bunch of nip and bud. So. And up here. Trying to think of how I want to do these. I would like to keep some light up here. So let me find where that save button is before I start doing this. Pull this in here. And as we used to be able to, there used to be a way we used to glitch these in, and they took away our ability to do it, or they changed it. So we'll put that there. Yeah, I can't cycle part anymore, so I have to go back in here, get another one. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, put it in my cache, grab this, miss the glitch. I hate it when they mess around the building system. Alright, so we're going to do that. Do that. I'm going to take that out. Same thing on the other side. Alright. We're going to put our arches in. Alright, and put that in my cache. Grab that. Glitch that in. That way you can't accidentally fall through there. Gives you a little, almost looks like a little window too. Oh, I don't need those there. Alright, one more. Alright. See, that's what I was thinking about doing down here, too. Just, I didn't want it to take all night with my, my glitching, so... Get rid of those. Okay. Do a quick save, too. Take a look in here. Yeah, I want to see how much dihydrogen I have on me. Okay, I'm gonna need this. Let's see. There we go. So I'm gonna need 30, so I should be good on that. Do I have 600 magnetized? Alright, I should be good on that. Alright. So, I need to get more hydrogen jelly at some point. Oh, actually, I can make up a bunch of it too if I have to. Alright, so we're gonna go with 6 refiners. I think I'm just gonna, I want to leave the center row open. Oh, let's put in our other door too, before I forget. So I'll just make a copy of that and glitch it right on that wire. Hopefully. Maybe. There. There. That way we have a fun little animation when our door is open. So. Okay. So let's move this thing out of the way. Yeah, what I want to keep this area open, but I don't want it to feel too claustrophobic either. So I'm gonna use one of these. On each of these, we're gonna have three refiners on each side. I'll just repeat the same thing over here. I have one. Those are going to be too close. Trying to think of a different way to do these. I don't want this to feel too cluttered over here. I don't know, let's just wing it and see what these look like. I can always change it later, so I'm just going to put that there. Now, because your refiners I think that's going to be too close. Let's try going with a mini floor, or okay, your like I was saying, your refiners, when you go to put them down, they're facing backwards, which is like one of the only things in the game that are like that for some reason. I call it lazy coding because that's what it is, but what you're going to want to do is you want to cache glitch it, and if you use one of these short walls, you'll notice you have a thick side that is forward. On every other building part, just about, that's your forward. Like if I were to glitch this in right now, it'd be facing away from me. So I want to flip that around. So what I want to do is actually glitch with the thin side towards me. And if I can glitch, it in, it should glitch in backwards. So thin side towards you, glitch. Now it's facing the correct way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do that 5 more times. Because you're only allowed to have 3 refiners. You know what? Let's. I think that those won't be as close together as I thought. So yeah. So I'm just gonna put the rest of these in if I can actually get them to glitch. But that's one way that you can work around. Yeah, those will be fine. Then I'll have some more on this side. Yeah, because typically you can only have 3 of them that are close together like this. Yeah, because that will leave me plenty of room. I was just worried about things being too claustrophobic, especially on this side. But yeah, that'll work fine. I'd rather keep a little bit of open room back here as well. So as you see, if I go to put another refiner, like I can put it like out here. You have to be, I don't know how far away, but you know, they have to be pretty far away. So all I'm gonna do is just do the same thing on this side. And I actually probably could get away with putting them over closer, but I just didn't want everything to be all claustrophobic. Let's get the other 3 in. Alright, and rip this out of here so we can actually get a good idea. Now that'll be fine. You can just go 1, 1, 1. Yeah, I was thinking they were going to be a little too close together, but that'll work fine. That'll give me all this room over here too, because I might end up. I'm thinking about doing a biodome thing here, but I don't think it's going to actually work unless I. Well, it won't work because of this side. Because I'm trying to keep things symmetrical, so I might be able to do something up top, though. Might be able to do something right in this middle one. Have like a double biodome set up back there or something. That should be high enough up. Yeah, I think I'll be all set. Let me just do a quick little mock-up. Let's see. Oh, I don't have a... I can kind of get an idea, though. I'm going to have to come out 2, then I'll branch into a T. Yeah, I'll have plenty of room back there. I just might have to move my overseer or one of my terminals around. Shouldn't be a big deal. Alright, let's rip this stuff out of here. Yeah, that'll give me plenty of room. Good. Maybe I can do something like some of these planting trays, wherever those are. Well, when I get the larger one, you know, maybe I can put in, you know, a couple of those on each side. What I will do is I'll get this put in place too. Flip that thing around. Why won't that flip for me? There we go. Get one of those in there. I want to do a storage container here as well, but I'm not sure where I want to put this yet. Because I'll be coming back here mainly to do like curious deposits. I'll be making up, actually let's just do some now. Run the rusted metal and all that stuff. Set that going. But I'll have all this oxygen at my disposal, so I can sit here and just make tons of, well, an endless supply pretty much of carbon, condensed carbon, all that stuff, you know. The same thing, like, I keep saying I'm running low on sodium and sodium nitrate. I can take sodium nitrate, mix that with oxygen, and still get a larger return. I can just make an endless supply of sodium. The same thing, you can do gold. Pretty sure gold with oxygen will increase, because your regular, like if I put 78 gold in here, I'll get 78 pyrite. But if I mix oxygen with that, because right now it's a 1-to-1, if I put in oxygen, it's a 1-to-2, so I'm getting double my pyrite. That's why typically I don't even bother with a pyrite base, I just go straight to gold. But yeah, you can do, I mean, oxygen's the most powerful thing in this game. It's just so, it's used in so many different recipes. Let's rip these things out. It's gone, okay. I think I'm probably going to leave this as it is for now, though. Actually, I wasn't planning on it taking this long to do, actually. Alright, so we already got some rusted metal filling up. Actually, let's just rip that out. Because you can do stuff with rusted metal as well. Like, go in here, take 250 rusted metal. Right now it's a 1-to-2. If I mix that with oxygen though, I'm pretty sure it makes more rusted metal. Maybe not. Oh, it's if I go pyrite or ferrite dust. You know, right now it's 1-to-1 for pure ferrite, or I can mix that with oxygen and make more rusted metal. So you can kind of loop rusted metal as well. So there's just so many different things you can do with oxygen. Alright, let's set these going. So I'm not totally wasting it. Actually, I should keep a stack of that in my ship though. I always try to keep some of that on hand. Oh, I've already got a stack in here. Just run it off. This. I'll have to finish this up tomorrow. I am going to put a roof on it, but I have got to be jumping off here. I'm just going to go to the system I'm in now. But yeah, that you see why I chose this planet? Just the it's an endless supply of pretty much all your basic building stuff. Plus you have oxygen and You know, if you need sodium or rusted metal, it's there. I want to make sure I hand in these missions. Actually, I think I already handed those in, didn't I? Yeah, they're already handed in. Okay. Yeah, I've got to be jumping out. I'm gonna be late for something if I keep rambling on. So I appreciate everybody checking this out, and I will see you next time. Take care, guys. Have a good one.